Africa Center for Digital Transformation, that's ACDT, has issued a caution regarding possible cyber threats to Ghana December 7 elections, urging stakeholders to promptly protect the electoral process. In a press release, the ACDT emphasizes the escalating risk of cyber attacks as digital systems play a more significant role in Ghanaian society, particularly in electoral procedures. The organization stressed the critical need to address these threats to guarantee the credibility and safety of the upcoming elections.
CDT has expressed concerns regarding cyber incidents impacting elections in West Africa, particularly during the 2015 and 2019 elections in Nigeria and the 2018 elections in Sierra Leone. Cyber attacks targeted electoral commissions such as the Independent National Electoral Commission in Nigeria and the National Electoral Commission in Sierra Leone, aiming to disrupt the electoral process and manipulate public perception. Ghana also faced cyber threats during its 2016 and 2020 elections, prompting increased cybersecurity efforts by the National Communications Authority and the Cybersecurity Authority. To address these risks, the ACDT recommends enhancing cybersecurity infrastructure, conducting regular security audits, and providing training on cybersecurity best practices for electoral officials and IT personnel. Additionally, public awareness campaigns are suggested to educate the public on recognizing and avoiding misinformation, while incident response plans should be developed and updated regularly to address and mitigate cyber incidents promptly. The executive director of ACDT emphasized the importance of cybersecurity in ensuring a secure and credible electoral process, urging collaboration among stakeholders to protect Ghana's democracy from cyber threats.
Well, joining me via Zoom is the head of programs for the Africa Center for Digital Transformation, Evelyn Kwarting. Thank you very much for joining us, Evelyn. Really, what's the trigger? Why should we be concerned about cyber attacks?
Thank you very much. Good evening to you and your cherished viewers. We live in the current era suggests that there are increasing digital solutions to the way we live, the way we do business, and also even the way government and public institutions interact with us. And more so, digital solutions have a key role to play in our democracy and ensuring the integrity of the electoral processes remain intact. Now, we have seen over the course of the years, we have seen the Electoral Commission transition gradually from analog to digital solutions. We can talk of the biometric registration. We can talk of the gadgets they use, the platform, the dashboards, and everything. And that's interesting to know. But alongside these digital advancement, we cannot also overlook the potentials, the threats that comes with it. And chiefest amongst them is the cyber threat. So we are saying that it's important we look at this because cyber threats or cyber attack has the potential of undermining the entire Electoral Commission. And that will not sit well for a country like Ghana. And also when we talk of the political parties and then the international bodies. So it's important that we look at these threats ahead of time and prepare towards it, so that in the end we can have a peaceful, free and fair election backed by digital technologies.
For us mere mortals who may not necessarily be too in tune with the world of ICT, when we talk about cyber attack, what are we talking about? What are we referring to?
Thank you very much. So cyber attack, well, it's a broad spectrum. When we talk of cyber attack, and in this case, during the electoral process, we are looking at malwares where a suspicious website could be created, a software could be created, and then can be sent around. And when people then log onto these websites or use it, it can take their personal data. We are also looking at ransomware where citizens or the general masses or even the EC's very delicate information can be taken, and then unless a ransom is paid before then this data is given. Now, during election, there are very delicate personal data of citizens. For instance, when you're going to vote, your biometric data would need to come up. The reason why we need to look at these cyber attacks is because if the system is compromised and you're going to vote, as you rightly said, a mere mortal, your data might not be there. And for some, it might look as though the EC is sidelining some people not to vote. And some people can even look at it from a political light, especially if this incident happens in one political party's stronghold. So we are saying that right before we even get to the election, let's look at the potential damage that cyber threats can cause and mitigate it right from the foundation, so that in the end, I mean, everybody can vote. Everybody can get access to their personal data, vote. Also the votes that are casted in the several polling stations can be transmitted smooth without any hitches. Thank you.
Do you think we have the capacity to prevent any external cyber attack from happening? We've seen situations where in America, for instance, let's talk about Russia intervention, or let's talk about Russia intrusion. Do you really think that we have the... Can we prevent it? Do we have what it takes to stop such a thing from happening if it's external, for instance?
Thank you very much. The tone of your voice suggests that you don't really believe if we could. I would say that it's going to take a collective effort. So the government of Ghana, the EC, and other stakeholders can all come together. If we couldn't do anything about it, I don't think we as ACDT would already 5 months to the election sound this warning. We think that providing steps, we could then mitigate it. So the first thing I would say is that let's strengthen the cybersecurity infrastructure. So yes, there are possible ways we could prevent external cyber attacks. For instance, strengthening the cyber infrastructure would ensure that anyone or all the personnel involved in handling any gadget at all is trained so much that they do not click on suspicious links, for instance. If there's a link that says, oh, click here and then register here, they're going to ensure that this link is from the right person. If you receive an email that maybe the name says that it's from A and like ABC, but then it's not, let's say, the corporate email, but then a gmail.com or yahoo.com, you can already tell. But then this can't happen if the infrastructure itself is not strengthened. The second thing I'm also going to talk about, I think I even chipped it in, would be the capacity building. Now, we recognize that the Electoral Commission is training the personnel, the volunteers that would be on ground during this election. As part of the training, we should really look at how we can prepare these personnel in terms of cyber defense readiness, because now it's become a thing, especially when we are looking at collating the data or collating the votes and then transmitting them from one polling station to the various database. We should really emphasize on, whilst they collect these votes and all of that, they should ensure.
Okay. Evelyn, I want to thank you very much. I'm enjoying the submissions you're making. Unfortunately, time is not our best ally, so we'll have you perhaps in the studio someday to have a more lengthy conversation about this. This is Newsnight on Metro Television. We'll take a short